So in this video we will talk about the C8, that is 8000v provisioning. So we already looked via the CLI, that's with the VH as well as for the CSR, because both of them have a different CLIs. Now with the C8 8000v, the CLI is the exactly same as the CSR, but we can do the provisioning by the other way, that is bootstrap. So bootstrap configuration is like which will utilize the concept of templates. So we will use the templates, we will create the templates, create a device template and attach that template to the serial number of this particular device. So now let's talk about the templates now. Templates, we do have two different types of templates. So one will be the feature template, another one will be the device template. So now let's understand what do you mean by features. Is just like representing each component. So gig 0/0 is an interface, okay, and another thing is that it is being defined under the VPN 0. All right, and another thing is that what we say, we do have a gig 0/1 which is also defined under VPN 0. We do have VPN 512, we do have another interface ETS 0, and we do have a system. So now let's look at the system template, system feature template, which will include your host name, what we have given the same information, site ID, system IP, your not organization details, but site host name, system IP, and the clock time zone. So these many features, characteristics together will be bounded in a feature template, that is system. So if you remember that we have given a command called system, and within that we have defined the host name, we have defined the site ID, we have defined the system IP, we have defined the organization, we have defined the VBond. That's it. So what we are defining is that we are now defining in a template. We do not require organization and the VBond because that is been already added to the vManage. See, vManage knows those information. We only provide details of host name, site ID, system IP, and the clock time zone. So these four things together will form one feature template system. ETH0, that is an interface. So ETH0, we are saying that we want to assign it as a static IP, and that's it. No other thing that is for the management. That's all we did. That's all. Coming to the gig 0/0 or 0/1, these are for the transport. We say that we want to assign a static IP for it, and also we want to make this interface as a tunnel interface, and within the tunnel we want to allow certain services and we want to define some color. So we already did it on the CLI, the same thing. These all characteristics together will form an interface template, feature template, that is gig 0/0. Next will be the VPN 512. We created a feature template 512. We have given a VPN number that is 512. That's it. That's all we did. Nothing else in the management. But with the VPN 0, we have defined the VPN number as VPN 0. Also, we have defined the default gateways, and not only one, two of them. So what we did in the CLI, we are doing the same thing, but we are pushing it via the template so that we can reuse the template instead of keep rewriting the CLI commands. So these individual components are known as the feature templates. Now feature templates, there are a lot of them, like the OSPF one, BGP ones. So you got many different types of feature templates. Now together these templates will form a device template. So when we provision this device branch 1, what we needed is that we want a VPN 512 template, and within that 512 we need an interface ETS0 to be defined. We will attach those features to it. And again with the VPN 0 we will attach gig 0/0, which will have a further characteristics of static IP, which we are going to provide, and the tunnel interface with all the services. Similarly with gig 0/1, and most importantly within this VPN you do have a default gateway, both of them. Finally, the system IP, system feature template will be attached to this device. So when we are attaching these features templates to the device template, so we are building up the device, and when we completed the device template and we are attaching it to a certain device, for example branch 1, so once we are trying to deploy it, the vManage will ask the values again to insert it. So this time we are saying to vManage, this is the values you have to put into these particular places. So feature templates are the individual components. Together these components will form a device template. And using the device template, we will now attach it to the C8000. Once we attach it to the C8000, we will generate a bootstrap configuration. And after that, we will upload it to the CSR router, sorry, C8000v router, and we will enable the controller mode. So in this mode, what we are doing is that we are generating the bootstrap, getting it downloaded to the C8000 Edge with the root certificate. So once these two files are uploaded to this particular device, then we can enable the controller mode. So let's go ahead and create the template for that particular device. So if I go back to the configuration and templates, and this is where you will see device and feature templates. So click on add template. Now, since the CSR router, ISR router, ASR router, and the C8000V run on the iOS XE, I can use single feature device for all these devices to build up the device template. So similarly, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to search for CSR, select it, remove it. Then after that, I will select for C8000V. See that C8000V. So I'm selecting multiple devices. Even though I'm selecting multiple devices, on the right hand side, it will show me what are the compatible feature templates you can create. So once I select the other device which is not compatible, for example, that is VH Cloud. If I select that one, you see that none of them are compatible. Once I remove the device, CSR and the CH8000, what I am looking to provision in my topology, both of them are valid now. Okay, see that C8000 and CSR. So first I will create the Cisco system one, and I will say that this one will be the CH system. Naming is very important, so just be good with the naming. And here I will say that device site ID will be global or device specific. Always it will be device specific. I will say CH site ID, CH system IP, time zone, CH time zone, CH host name, and that's it. So I will just keep this one as a default. That's all. I'm not interested in the tracking GPS or anything in the advanced, so just click on save. System is done. Add another template. This time it will be CSR as well as C8000V, and select AAA. So CSR Catalyst routers do require a AAA. You can use the default one, but it is recommended to push a new one. So C8 AAA template. Now you see that by default there is a local username and password, admin. I'm going to use that one. If you want to go with the radius authentication, the CAS plus accounting authorization 802.1x, it's up to you. But authentication and authorization order, this is where you will define. So currently I have a local only, so I will prefer local first. If I have a radius first, I will prefer the radius, then fall back to local. That's how I will define the sequence. Click on save. Next will be the CSR C8000v. This time I will select the Cisco VPN template feature template. So I will build up with the CH VPN 512. And here I will write down number 512. I don't want to do anything else. That's it. Click on save. So what I can do now, I can just copy that same template simply, and I can say that VPN 0 simply, and VPN 0, and click on copy. Now I can edit the VPN 0 because VPN is number is 512 inside that one, so we have to change it. So we will say VPN 0. I want to add default route. Yes, I want to add it, and that should be 0.0. Prefix is the same, 0, but there are two next hops. Now, if you see my topology, all of them has a default gateway because they are under the same interface subnets. So when they are in the same subnet, it is easy that every VPN 0 template will have a same default gateway because they are under the same subnet. So when they are under the same subnet, I can just keep it as a global 220.100.1.254 so that I don't have to enter for each and every device because as per my lab, every device has the same default gateway. So I will define it globally so that I don't have to enter again and again. If it is different in the actual scenario, it will be different. So you will be selecting specific always. But this one is a lab. It's same for everyone. So that's why I'm issuing the global one. So click on add and update. That's all. Now let's go ahead and create for the CSR as well as C8000v. We will have to get the interface, VPN interface Ethernet. So now this one will be for the management. So I will say that that will be gig number 8. Copy and paste it. We will say no shut. Now this is very important. You have to select the interface exactly gigabyte Ethernet. Should be exact. Coming to the static IP, you see that I am going with the specific CH gig 8 IP address. So if you do not enter this one, so it will be confusing because multiple interfaces will have the same name and you don't know which interface belong to which. So it's important to give the name here specifically. We are not tunneling this interface management. We do not require it. Click on save. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this gig 8 and I will make it gig 1 and copy. So we are connecting and 8, correct. So gig 1 is been copied, so let's go ahead and edit it. We will say gigabyte 1 and we will say gigabyte 1 IP address, and now we are going to tunnel it. So under the tunnel we will enable the tunnel because this is facing towards the internet, and we will say device specific because each device will have their own color. So I will say gig 1 color so that it will be easy to understand. And if I scroll down, I should have allow services. I will click on allow all and I will click on net config and the SSH which we configured via CLI. That's it. Click on update. That's all. Then again I will copy the gig 1 because gig 2 is also have the similar configuration and click on copy. And I will go ahead and edit that one. That should be gig 2 and here that should be gig 2 and add the color that should be gig 2. That's it, and click on it. So at this point of time, it requires 6 feature templates to push the device template. That should be enough. Let's go to the device template, click on from. So if I click on create template from feature or CLI, so CLI is also another template. We don't worry about it for now. From feature template, because that's what we have created. So I will select C8000v and I will select the WAN edge node. I will say C edge DC1 device template. And now I will select system 1, I will select AAA1, VPN 0, I will select it here, VPN interface, that is gig 1. I do have one more, that is I will select Cisco VPN interface Ethernet, and I will select gig 2. Here I will select VPN 512 and I will select Cisco VPN interface, that should be gig number 8. That's it, create. Now let's go back to the V-bond. I do have one CSR here and that is been issued. So I don't have the C8000. So I need a device which should be active, a valid one. So let's go back to configuration certificate and let's go to the first one. We will validate that one. Click on OK and send to controllers. And it should now push the. So once that is been pushed, let's go ahead and attach that template to the Cisco 8000. Okay, successful. Let's go back to VBOM and I should see that C8000. Alright, so let's go back to our vManage. Go to the configuration and templates. This is a device templates. So click on that option, attach and paste it over there, enter, and you should have that. Click on attach and now you see that it should ask you the values. Edit values. So first we will go with gigabyte 8, that is management 150.1.7.50. I think I have given 51 for that one, so I will go with 52 or to be on safe side 54 best. Gig 2, that is connected to MPLS 172.168.100.101/24, that is MPLS 220.100.1.101/24, that is business internet. Time zone will be, I think that is in the Europe, London. So I have to select Europe and London. So Europe and London. Host name will be DC1. System IP will be 100.0.101 and site ID will be 101. And click on updates, update, and so now what vManage will do is that it will attach this template to this particular serial number. Okay, so now the actual hardware did not came in and onboarded. So let's go back to the configuration and the devices. And this is where you should see that the CLI mode for this one has been changed from CLI to vManage, the mode. But currently we did not attach any device templates to the other devices, so that's why they are on the CLI. But this one is in vManage because we created the templates and attached the templates. So this is the template name, and currently it says that it is synchronization pending. So what we do is that go to the three dots, click on generate bootstrap configuration, uncheck include default root certificate because we are using our own. So click on OK. So you see that the configuration has been generated. So click on download, click on keep, and now let's go back to our downloads. And here you have to rename this file to Cisco SD-wan underscore cloud underscore init. So this is the name, very much important. So Cisco SD-wan underscore cloud underscore init.cfg configuration file. So I will just paste it in the TFTP server, and that's it. So I do have both the files which I required. Now let's go to the C8000, that is data center 1. 32780. And show IP interface brief. You see that by default Ethernet 8 already got the IP address. I will keep it default for now. And I will say that copy TFTP to boot flash. And I will make sure my TFTP is up and running. IP address will be 150.1.7.1. File name will be rootca.cer. Enter. That's it. So it should download the file from the TFTP server. Once that is downloaded, let's do one more time. That is copy TFTP to boot flash. File name will be this time Cisco SD-wan underscore cloud underscore init.cfg file. So this is the file I want to download. Enter. That's it. And now if I say so boot flash, I should see that both the files. So where are those files? So Cisco SD-WAN Cloud Init is here. Okay, packages, firmware 8000 installer issues. So let's look from the top. That should be rootca.cer file also. Okay, we have uploaded that file. I'm just trying to find it to make sure that we have that file before we change the mode. Yeah, it says okay, that should be SD-WAN. Root CA certificate is also good. Yeah, it's here, rootca.cer. So both the files are there, that's good. We found that one. So now I will say that controller mode enable and confirm. Now it should reboot. So once that is being rebooted, automatically the device has all the information in place. So it will install the root certificate, it will implement that configuration, and it will go to the vManage, and it will automatically authenticate and onboard the what do we say, the device. Alright, so let it reboot now. Alright, so device has been rebooted, and let's log in with username and password as admin. So now we are into DC1. That's all good. So let's go to the vManage, and you see that it is generating the CSR for now, and we already got that one, and the certificate also is been already installed. So almost onboarding is been completed now. So you're just waiting for the site ID. Once I see the site ID, I will confirm it on the devices. I think I'm already on the device. Yes, already on the device. So I got the site ID. That means onboarding has been successful, and you see that the mode is vManage mode, and it says now the device status is in sync. So let's go to the dashboard and the main dashboard, and now you can see that there are 7 WAN edge devices. So all 7 of them are healthy, so this will move away. So if I click on that one, there is nothing should go away. And in the partially, you see that data center 2 is reachable because some of the tunnels are going down. All right. So basically, I will replace this data center 2 with the VH for the smoother configuration because CSR will give a lot of trouble while configuring the templates and everything. So, but CAG is good and stable. But again, when you're doing the practice, I would recommend to go with the Viptela V edges. Those are much better than the iOS devices. So, alright, you see that the control has gone down. So, this partial connectivity should also be restored soon. But anyhow, 7 edge devices we have added to it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are now ready to move further from this provisioning. So until now we have done the provisioning, that's all completed. So we will move to the next topic. So I hope this was informative for you and thank you.